You got the decks that slope into the house. That's not your average.
It's that new style of building.
It's called Moron.
I think I know.
That's the first thing I learned as a plumber. Shit rolls downhill.
Yeah. That's a t-shirt. That is such a t-shirt.
What?
Shit rolls downhill.
People always ask what you got to know to be a plumber. Well, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Shit rolls downhill, and don't bite your fingernails.
Amen.
So who's the voodoo doll for?
Josh. Josh made it. He said everybody's hair's in it.
What?
He said everybody's hair's in it. Said he collected everybody's hair, put it in.
I brought the stuff to make voodoo dolls but to sell, and just I'll sew a patch of hair on top, matching whatever color hair, and then we could embroider the name of whoever it is on it. But we might not want to call them voodoo dolls.
Yeah. Like give them a little utopian dolls.
Yeah, utopia.
Yeah, voodoo dolls is a little scary.
But see, in New Orleans, it's not that it's scary. I mean, all the tourists go to Mary Laveau's and all that kind of stuff. But people think it's witchcraft, and I guess in a certain way back in the time, for the people who believe in it, it is. But I mean, to me, it's just a weird name.
So is that hair that you're sewing with, or is that thread?
This is thread, and this is hair. Well, this is more than thread. It has to be a lot stronger.
So you own your own shop then?
I used to.
Then you what, got smart?
Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, jeez.
And now I rent a booth. I worked for a large hair company that's in every place you can possibly imagine for a while, and I had to work because we still had bills.
Mm-hmm.
And to work for this particular franchise, it's a 60-40 split. They take 60% of everything you make.
60? It's damn.
And I did it for about 4 years until I could get stable. And then I started renting. And they still call me to this day to come back, and I told them I would freaking dig ditches before I went back to them.
60-40. That's horseshit.
And I'm a master. I've been doing this forever. And they said, well, you know, if you'll come back, we'll do 55. I'm thinking more like 85.
Yeah, shit. Well, if someone's calling, you know, you got something that's worth calling about.
Well, before, the girls that worked for me, I had 15. And then we had a full makeup station. We did laser hair removal, everything. It was a full-service day spa. And the original 15 that started with me, 14 were there. Well, we were in the building, but still worked for me whenever the storm came. And it put me in a bind, but I gave each one of them approximately what would equal to a year's salary, so that when they left out, they could have something to start up with. And
That
then,
was generous.
well, I loved them like family, and they always took care of me, so I had to take care of them.
Nope, I agree. I've bought my employees cars, paid for dentist bills, went
Now that-
over and cleaned their houses for them.
That shows dedication, and it also shows loyalty, and that's a huge thing. That's very admirable.
Well, if I preach what I believe, I should live it and not shove it down people's throats.
Amen.
So, and what I always try to do is each different place I worked was take the good things from each boss I worked from and then pile it into my company. Who would I want to work for? You know,
Exactly. Good idea.
and a happy employee
Is it
is
productive?
much more productive, loyal. You get that sense of loyalty going with them.
And
You
not
got
taking
good
stuff
guys
out of the
around.
stock room.
Yeah,
Better.
they're not.
Not sitting around, not doing shit. They're actually working.
You still got to motivate them. You got to kick them in their ass.
Yeah.
But all in all, I've been extremely blessed with amazing, amazing guys.
You say you had to kick them in the ass with my girls. I'd say, do y'all feel like working on Sunday, Monday? Because you're slacking here. No, James, no. All right, then, let's get it done. But I found it better to be closed on Tuesday and Wednesday and take Sunday, Monday because everybody else was closed. And my claim to fame.
Everybody else was like closed on Tuesday, Wednesday?
No,
Or
Sunday,
Sunday,
Monday.
Monday?
And we were closed Tuesday, Wednesday. And then during the hot summer, because you could walk out my door and you would step on the sand, then we had Bikini Fridays, where the girls wore bikinis and gave the guys haircuts.
Smart move.
Standing room only. Let me tell you, those girls racked up. They'd make $1,000 each in tips, each in a day.
I'd wear a bikini for $1,000 a day.
I'd go get my haircut.
Well,
by a
it's-
chick in a bikini.
We had the
Actually, I'd
the
go
Air
get my
Force
haircut by
Base
you,
there.
James, and just look at all the chicks in bikinis.
We had the Air Force Base, and those guys would get out on leave, and I'm telling you, it's just like a walking hard on. They're just was ready to see.
Louisiana women, pretty cute.
God, yes. Our little Southern Belles.
That's true. Because if you're going to open up anything next to a military base, it should be a tattoo shop or a barber shop.
Those
One of
high
those
and
two
tights, I mean, oh my God. We did $5 high and tights for the enlisted
That's awesome.
guys, and they were, and some of them, they'd be like, I drank it all up, and we'll sit down, and we'll cut it anyway. But if they left and went on leave and came back, if their hair wasn't right, they would get written up on the base. So they would stop in and get their hair done.
I always liked when we were in Japan, it was like $3 to get your hair cut. And then they'd give you this awesome like massage and back rub and stuff, and they'd use this little vibrant.
The ones that fits on the hand and,
Yep.
just in the palm.
You get your whoever's son cutting your hair. I mean, even as poor as you were in the military, $3 because the Marine Corps Times would come out and you'd cut out the dollar off coupons, and we dropped it from $4 to $3. You're like, why not get a haircut? You get a massage with it.
Anything that offers a massage, I'm down for. We're good at it. There's this place where I'm from in the mall that it's all Asian people, but it's like walk-in massages. You just walk in and get a massage. And
We
stuff.
have one of those.
And they stay on you. Like I'm just walking by, like going to the next store, and they're like, massage, come in. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, for free, come in. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, no, yes, for free, come in. I'm like, Jesus, no. I'm like, I need to go to the store. I'm sorry.
Are you trying to get my DNA? What's up?
Yeah.
We have had, the mall thing is kind of dying out. They're starting to go back to strip malls.
Mm-hmm.
But
Outdoor thing.
there is one group of salespeople that rent those things in the middle, the little booths,
The little kiosks.
Yeah, kiosks.
and you can't go buy them, and they'll come out and start putting shit on you or trying to, and they're like, stop, hold on, let me ask you this. And I'm like, honey, if I want what you're selling, I'll stop and get it.
Yeah.
But you're interfering with my time here, and time is money.
Yeah.
I used to like getting the perfume wars
Oh my God, I can't take it.
in the malls.
You
You're walking
Oh,
through,
with the
like,
testers.
yeah, walking through with your buddy or something, and he's looking the other way, and you just start douching the back of him with what I heard. What smells so weird? What is that smell? I don't know.
Dude, how much cologne you put on there?
Oh, do it with the perfume. Hit them with the Nelliest perfume you can find.
What we used to do is when we go to the grocery store, you had the automatic doors that open. Well, back in the day, when I was about 15, 16, there was a switch up top. So we'd walk through, they'd open up, we'd hit the switch, and then we could stand on the other side and wait for people just to walk into.
Okay, this is horrible, and I hope it's edited out.
But it's gonna be funny, right?
Yeah.
Well, then tell it.
At two of the stores in our mall, they have escalators. And the little hand thing, you know, people will be up there leaning on it and everything, and if you pull it, it'll go backwards. And they're like, "Wah!" But I didn't do that. No, I just read about it.
Same thing you're saying. I never knew you could do that. But the ones where I'm from, if you hold on to it and try to stop it, the alarm goes off and it's loud and you can scare the shit out of people. And me and my buddies, like you said, 15, 16, just not have shit to do. Went to the mall before we were gonna go do a movie night with all these girls or whatever, and just would go on the escalator, and there'd be like 10, 15 people go on the escalator, and you just grab it, push it down real hard, and it's like, and like you just see like shit ton of people jump. It's so funny. Might be a nice day out. It's starting to clear out.
It's starting to brighten up.
It's looking like Nebraska weather. You don't know what you're gonna get. Just random. Rain in 5 minutes, sunny the next.
So we say back home, if you don't like the weather, wait a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last year, for Christmas, we were wearing shorts.
In Louisiana?
That doesn't seem too odd, is it?
Nuh-uh. But I hope this year here is warm.
Yeah.
Cold weather hurts me.
I hate cold weather.
Last year, 2 days before Christmas, we got an ice storm that took out a city of 100,000.
Whoa.
10 days plus, no power. Houses were freezing solid. It was negative 30, and everything was covered in like inches of ice. Inches. Trees were, it looked like a war zone the next day.
So wait. I know you don't have heaters, but doesn't electricity doesn't affect plumbing, does it?
What's that?
Electricity doesn't affect plumbing, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Really?
When it's minus 30 out and the electricity's down, you don't have your furnace.
And your pipes freeze.
Your pipes freeze.
Yeah, but you have a water heater.
It's electric. Or if you have gas.
If it's gas, but it's minus 30.
But what happens when hot water hits cold pipe?
Hot water actually freezes faster
Then cold.
than cold water. So no, you'd go up. We were busy. Like, I don't know, like 3 houses down from me didn't have power. I had power the whole time. But it looked like an absolute, it was like a beautiful war zone because everything was coated in this just like magical ice.
Yeah.
And then the sun hits it and it's just beautiful. But like,
It's so destructive.
trees were down. I mean, it was just the power line, everything was just down and out. They're still cleaning it up.
Yeah, that's the one thing as far as society has come in life, is like how we don't have a system that we put like our power lines underground. So like when trees fall down, we don't take out a neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they're starting to do that now.
yeah,
A lot of the infrastructure is underground, but our infrastructure for the whole country sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like with the Mayan BS back in 2012 or
Yeah.
whatever, 2013.
How the world's coming
Like,
to an end.
well, no, there was reasons for it because the solar flares. That's what was going to happen if the solar flares get to a certain point. If they were something like they were back the last time, it was like early 1900s that the solar flares hit that hard. It took out a bunch of power. But the problem was, or the savior was, is that most of the country didn't have power lines at that time. So if we'd gotten hit with the same magnitude that we did back in the 1900s, it would have taken out our infrastructure in seconds.
Yeah.
I have an app on my phone that measures the geomagnetic storms, and when the little level comes up, it's just up there in the display by the time. When the little bars go up, then that's when you start having cell phone interference and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the time I'd be calling the companies just cussing them out, and it wasn't them. Now I know that, but I'm still not going to apologize, AT&T.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, like 80% or something of bridges in the U.S.
Oh, way
maybe-
under standard.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everywhere.
Tell you how brilliant my brother is. We were talking and the weather was on, and you know they have those on the Weather Channel. It's weather that changed the world or weather that weird. Or well, anyway, they were talking about how we had a hole in the ozone, and that the skin cancer and things like that will go up, but they're trying to repair it. Blah 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 blah. Well, David looked at me and he says, well, every time they send up that damn space shuttle, they poke a hole in it. I was like, you got that right, David. He said, if they quit sending it up there, I was like, you know what, David, let's send them an email.
Stop shooting rockets, right?
Right. You quit
That's
putting
awesome.
holes in it.
Like, there wouldn't be so many holes in the ozone.